Chapter 414, Reason. Joseph and Rayan came to a sudden halt, swiftly turning to face Lumion. Lumion observed them in silence, offering no immediate explanation. Joseph, maintaining his smug and condescending grin, inquired, "Monsieur Seal, I'm not sure I comprehend your meaning." Lumion spoke with composure. "I granted you permission to visit me, not the freedom to depart. This is my salle de bal Brise, not your home. You can't come and go as you please." Though Lumion didn't intentionally use provocation, his demeanor, tone, and message radiated unmistakable disdain, as if he held no fear of their wrath. Rayan, his expression unchanged, narrowed his eyes, turned away, and continued his stride toward the staircase, completely disregarding Lumion's words. Joseph, with brown hair and eyes to match, glanced at Lumion, then at Rayan. His gaze flickered, but he made no move to stop him. Unfazed, Lumion calmly drew his revolver and discharged a round toward the staircase without hesitation. With a bang, Rayan came to an abrupt standstill once again. Slowly, he pivoted to face Lumion, exuding a palpable pressure from his eyes. A subtle movement in Christo's pocket betrayed his discomfort and vigilance, sensing imminent danger. Unperturbed, Lumion, holding the revolver, issued a sincere apology. "I'm sorry, I am carrying a concealed firearm." As he spoke, he glanced back at Rayan and Joseph, a faint, fearless smile playing on his lips. Joseph's feigned polite smile crumbled, replaced by a piercing gaze fixed on Lumion, as if assessing the mob leader's resolve, confidence, and strength. Lumion contemplated uttering, "What are you staring at? If you want to fight, let's fight. If not, back down." To further infuriate the Trier Cave Association representatives, but considering the presence of Rat Christo, he abandoned the notion. It would expose his true intention of provocation rather than investigating their true purpose, making it challenging to explain to Gardner Martin, the current or former conspirer. His unwavering gaze remained locked with Joseph and Rayan. With the revolver in his right hand, he deftly spun the cylinder. After more than 10 seconds that left Rat Christo visibly sweating, Joseph once again wore a polite smile and asked, "May we depart now, Monsieur Seal?" "Oh, so you see through my true intentions of deliberately finding fault, hoping to get some action. Where's your arrogance and self-esteem?" Lumion chuckled inwardly and said in an infuriating tone, "Not just yet." Rayan took an abrupt step forward, but Joseph restrained him. The freckled, brown-haired, brown-eyed young man raised his chin slightly and locked eyes with Lumion. "What must we do to gain your permission?" Lumion's smile held a tinge of disappointment as he replied, "Answer my question. Why did you invite Christo and me to join the Cave Association? I don't recall having a hobby of exploring and studying caves." Joseph fell into a brief silence before explaining. "Our association's cave adventurers have encountered Christo several times underground and noticed his in-depth knowledge of underground Trier. He appears to be well acquainted with many hidden routes, which aligns with our cave association's criteria for invitations." Rat Christo didn't voice any objections to this explanation. Although his primary activities involved smuggling underground, there were no completely hidden smuggling routes. They inevitably crossed paths with tunnels and mines known to cave adventurers and quarry police. During these encounters, it was inevitable that he would come across a few passers-by or be covertly observed from a distance. Lumion, all the while, idly stroked the revolver's muzzle without interrupting Joseph's narrative. Joseph paused for a brief moment before elaborating, "There are 2 reasons for your invitation. The first reason is an earth blood ore specimen." The earth blood ore specimen, Lumion hadn't anticipated this reason at all. Without taking much time to consider, guided by his prankster instincts and recent advice from Anthony Reed, Lumion swiftly responded, "An earth blood ore specimen? Ah, I recall now. I acquired it from a lunatic named Flame. Isn't it just a stone? It holds no value to me. I don't even know its whereabouts." Lumion then added with a touch of nostalgia, "It appears to have been stolen. I left it in a rented apartment. Heh, individuals like us rarely have a place solely for rest and sleep. My apartment was laden with numerous traps. Who would have imagined a thief successfully infiltrating and accessing the cabinet? What's more, they only took the earth blood ore and left everything else untouched. It puzzled me at the time, making me wonder if my recollection was flawed. The stone has long been lost, and no thief had broken in. Seal Dubois' words were delivered with a sincere and detailed tone, and his demeanor conveyed an apparent lack of concern regarding the ore specimen. Now, it merely seemed like the loss of some insignificant item. Joseph and Rayan exchanged glances, their attitudes subtly shifting. As Lumian finished his act, his mind raced, trying to decipher the rationale behind the Trier Cave Association's interest in the earth blood ore. The earth blood's rock stratum has existed beneath Trier for centuries, if not millennia. The specific minerals concealed within it couldn't have surfaced recently, catching the attention of Flame and other mineral researchers. Official factions in Trier and certain secretive organizations probably know that a select few minerals within the earth blood rock stratum hold a connection to the death of Blood Emperor Alistair Tudor. However, they haven't uncovered their practical significance, merely corrupting the minds of those who encountered them. That night, I activated the brand on my right hand, causing numerous high-ranking individuals in Trier to sense it. Someone might have identified the aura of Blood Emperor Alistair Tudor through various means, prompting an investigation into relevant items. The whereabouts of the specific minerals within the earth blood rock stratum are a vital lead in their inquiry. Flame's belongings were registered with the Market District's police headquarters. Given the Cave Association's connection to the authorities, they likely accepted the mission and sought me out, the one who had acquired Flame's belongings. But why didn't they just send someone from the police headquarters to inquire directly? The Purifier, Machinery Hivemind, and Bureau 8 members all possess corresponding police identities. Of course, the authorities aren't unified. They are officially divided between the government and the two churches, but in practice, each faction harbors internal divisions. The Eternal Blazing Sun, Church's order of preachers clashes with the Brotherhood Minor and other ideological factions. The Church of the God of Steam and Machinery's cloister system opposes the cathedral system. Bureau 8 is even more of a mixed bag. Some members come from secret organizations recognized by the government, some are former nobles like Sauron, who retain some influence, and others had been groomed by Bureau 8 over the years. The only thing holding them together is the fact that Bureau 8 members can't officially align with any political party, or it would become even more chaotic. In such a fractured environment, it is possible that a group within a faction had identified the earth blood ore's unique trail of clues, but doesn't want others to know. Hence, they bypassed the police station's public channels and conducted their investigation through the unofficial Cave Association. Perhaps someone within the Cave Association has recognized this clue and possesses an in-depth knowledge of underground terrain and mineral specimens. They are likely among the most proficient professionals. Is this why they hadn't directly requested my cooperation with the investigation, and instead attempted to recruit me into the Cave Association? Lumian swiftly reached this preliminary conclusion, eagerly awaiting Joseph to reveal the second reason. Joseph said, "We believed you had an interest in underground minerals and were a kindred spirit. Did it really get stolen, or did you leave it somewhere else but have forgotten about it?" "It must have been stolen," Lumian said truthfully. "I found some traces of a break-in. Because of this, I became concerned about the gold I had saved, so I went to the bank to rent a safe deposit box for it." Joseph nodded gently and said, "The second reason is that Kendall, an administrator of the catacombs, told us that among the individuals who brought Flame's ashes there for burial, you seemed to possess a unique sensitivity to something abnormal that others couldn't perceive." They connected the dots from the earth blood or to the catacombs. Lumian was enlightened. "I'm not sure what you mean by special." Joseph didn't elaborate or push for further information. He simply looked at Lumian and asked, "Monsieur Seal, may we leave now?" Lumian regarded them for a few seconds before nodding slowly. "Sure." The situation had taken an unexpected turn, causing him to abandon his plan of provoking the two liaisons and antagonizing the Trier Cave Association further. While he had undoubtedly irked Joseph and Rayan, they had also obtained the answers they were seeking, or at least a part of them. There might be minor repercussions in the future, but a major confrontation was unlikely. After Joseph and Rayan disappeared down the stairs, Lumion sat in contemplation for several moments. He holstered his revolver, stood up, and addressed Rat Christo. "This situation is more complex than I anticipated. I need to report it to the boss." He considered a dangerous possibility. If it turned out that the Sauron family was behind the investigation into the Special Earth blood or through the Cave Association, and they discovered a connection between Seal Dubois, a mob leader, and the supposed son of a wealthy businessman who exhibited peculiar behavior in Poofer Sauron's King's pie game, it could pose a significant problem. Therefore, he needed to inform Gardner Martin immediately, be forthright with him, and eliminate any potential hidden threats while seeking useful advice. With the Iron and Blood Cross Order as a secret organization backing this entire operation, and his primary mission assigned by Gardner Martin, Lumion had no intention of handling the matter on his own. Rat Christo hesitated for a moment before forcing a smile and responding, "All right,